All right, how is everyone doing? Hopefully great. It's almost the weekend. Not quite yet. It's Thursday, let's put it that way. So I wanted to talk about, should you practice unplugged with or without an amp? And again, for the purposes of this discussion, I'm not talking about playing an acoustic guitar, a classical guitar, a Martin D18, or a triple O or anything of that nature. It's whether or not when you're playing your electric guitars or an arch top, even if it's not an all carved arch top or something that's high end, should you be practicing it or playing it unplugged? And I thought about this, and then first of all, I'm going to go on record as saying that I think you should be practicing plugged and unplugged. You should always be practicing kind of the way you're going to always play or perform. But I think there's a lot of benefits to playing unplugged. The first is that you can work on dynamics, I feel, a lot better when you're not plugged in and you really hear yourself. You have to work a little bit extra when you're not plugged in. One of the things about whether it be straight into the amp or working with pedals or working with a modular and things of that nature is that it kind of helps you out a little bit. A lot of the things are a lot easier, and we don't want to make guitar playing easier. But we really want to hear the instrument, and we really want to hear what our fingers are doing and how the instrument is responding. In a perfect world, we would all have like a carved top guitar. It would sound great unplugged and things of that nature. But that's not the way it works. When I first started playing, I think my first guitar was a Kent copy of a Strat, and I couldn't afford an amp. And before, I couldn't even afford the plug-in that you use, the jack that you put in the back of a stereo system. So I basically had a cheap Kent Strat, and I played the hell out of the thing with no amp. But I learned to hear it. There were little things I did. It was kind of dumb, but I would take the tip of the guitar and I would put it up against the wall, and I can hear it a little bit better and things of that nature. But over the course of time, I eventually did buy the contraption and plugged it in the back of a stereo system and was able to get some kind of a sound on it. But playing unplugged is the purest way for you to really hear your sound and to hear your technique. You are really going to improve your technique when you play that way. And also, too, you get to know the instrument's sweet spot a little bit differently. I think that everybody should practice unplugged at some point. I think I was watching Jimmy Bruno. I think he plays a lot unplugged. I do. We spend a lot of money on a lot of amps and a lot of gadgets, but at the end of the day, it is about the purity of the guitar. And again, like I said, I'm not talking about, a great dreadnought or triple O or things of that nature. Just a guitar you have. Practice it and play it unplugged. All right? But play it plugged in as well. So if your performance is going to be plugged in, you want to know how it's going to sound plugged in and what the nuances are like. But like I said, when you start practicing and you practice a lot unplugged, it's just going to help your playing better. You're going to get stronger fingers. You're going to be more in touch with the instrument in and of itself. And really, you're going to get better music out of it. But as usual, practice, and practice some more.